This 2014 Soccer World Cup video is brought to you by Specsavers. Ghana and Algeria are still currently in play. Why don't you take us through what's kind of going on for those two teams?
Yeah, they're both in action tonight. I'm actually quietly confident that Algeria will go through. You know, they've got a game against Russia tonight. In their group, Belgium already gone through, so everyone's sort of fighting for that second spot in the next round. Belgium are playing Korea Republic, so they should beat them. So they're out of the equation really. So it's really boils down to that Algeria-Russia game. Whoever wins there will go through as well. So, you know, Algeria have been in good form. They really gave a drubbing to the Korea Republic in their group match. So I'm confident they can build on that and actually knock over the Russians, who again on paper should be the team to beat in that matchup. But they haven't really impressed me to date. So I wouldn't be surprised if Algeria go through. Talking about Ghana, unfortunately for them, their fate is not in their hands anymore. You know, you've got Russia, you've got the USA up against Germany, who are number 1 and 2 in that group at the moment. If they draw, they both go through. There's nothing else the other two teams can do about that. So obviously from a Ghana point of view, they'll be hoping one of these teams wins. So rather than the game finishing in a draw, then Ghana do have a chance of going through. But they are playing Portugal, who are pretty much out of it already. But on paper, Portugal with Cristiano Ronaldo, not an easy team to knock over. They'll be looking to end their tournament on a high. So, you know, Ghana might end up actually just losing that game, even if the other game has a winner. So they might be well be knocked out that way. But I'm going for Algeria to go through to the next round, join Nigeria as the two African teams in the round of 16.
Rob, what are your predictions for the African teams?
Yeah, well, it will be. I agree with Garen that I think Algeria do have a good crack. You can't take any result for granted, unfortunately, especially if it involves African teams at World Cups, because you know the heritage of African teams sadly isn't as good as we would like it to be. But Algeria have probably punched above their weight so far in the tournament, and you know, a little bit like perhaps a team like Switzerland have been a fairly surprise package from a European point of view. There's always a couple of teams from the different regions of the planet that sort of surprise and do make it through to the next round. Whether they would go any further, I'm not so sure. I share Garen's sentiment about being a little bleak about Ghana. I've told you before that I'm a passionate Ghanaian supporter, but I don't see this result's going their way. I remember when I looked at the group draw initially, I looked at that last fixture against Portugal and thought, I hope Ghana don't have too much to do against Portugal. And unfortunately, they do have an awful lot to do. They've got to beat them, and as Garen said, also hope that the other results is a favourable one. In other words, one of the United States or Germany wins the other game. But because they're both going to go through if they draw, you suspect that we're going to get a good old stalemate in that match, which of course would be bad news for Ghana and sadly see the Black Stars you know, on a plane home.